Good evening, everyone. Thank you all so much for joining us for our virtual information session to learn about the two dynamic early colleges here in Craven County. We're very fortunate that we are a part of a school system, Craven County Schools, that really believes in the early college model, so much so that they have invested in two early colleges. I think that says a lot about our community. It also speaks about the interest that individuals have about the early college. And we want to give you an opportunity tonight to be able to learn about both campuses, Craven Early College in New Bern, as well as Early College East in Havelock. So we're so excited that you all could join us, and we're looking forward to a great opportunity to share about both schools tonight. So tonight, as the presenters and facilitators for this conversation, you're being joined by both early college principals. And so at this time, we will have the first introduction by Ms. Thompson, principal of Early College East.
Good evening. I am Kris Thompson. I am the principal of Early College East, located on the Havelock campus. The community college sits directly across the street from the high school building in which we are housed on Havelock Middle School's property. So we are very happy to have you join us this evening.
And I'm Dr. Artis, proud principal of Craven Early College in New Bern. Really fortunate that I have an opportunity to work closely with Ms. Thompson. Both schools collaborate on many different projects and have an opportunity. And it's wonderful that we do again have two early colleges. I'm in my second year as principal at Craven Early College, and I love our school. We are a committed community of learners. And it's really a privilege to be the principal when you have individuals, when we're talking about our students and our staff members who are constantly focused on improving themselves and learning and growing and taking advantage of opportunities. What more can I ask for as a principal? And so I'm grateful to be able to share about our school tonight.
All right, we're going to start out by going over some of the basics of what it means to be a part of an early college. We are public high schools. We are a part of the Craven County school system. So you are enrolled in a public school when you enroll in a North Carolina early college. In Craven County, any student who is an eighth grader may apply to be a part of either, or you can try for both of the early colleges and then decide between two. We take students from our public middle schools, private schools, the homeschool students that choose to come into the early college program. Each school can accept 50 students per year. It is important to note that you can't transfer into the early college program once you start high school. Currently, the way the curriculum is laid out, you need to start from ninth grade in order to make sure you are on track to achieve the goals of being in the early college. So we are a part of the Cooperative Innovative High Schools, and you can look that up online. North Carolina began this program as a way of ensuring that more students would be able to achieve their college dreams by allowing them to become a part of a college at the same time that they are in high school. So again, as Dr. Artis stated, our district began with Craven Early College at our New Bern campus, and then as the community college expanded and was able to make the Havelock campus become a reality, they added so that we could accommodate more students who were interested the program in Havelock, and it also made it where it is more convenient for students based on where they live to apply to whichever one works better for them. So we do have dual enrollment. When you enroll at an early college, you are both a high school student and a college student at the same time. So when you enroll in Craven Early College or Early College East, you are also enrolling in Craven Community College. And we help you with that process when you come into the school.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Ms. Thompson. And it's really fantastic that we have about 425 students in Craven County who are attending the early college programs in Craven County. That's really, really exciting that we have so many students who are able to benefit from that 5-year program. We do have to note that this is an accelerated program because students are completing their high school requirements, which typically takes 4 years. And then they're also completing their associate's degree or obtaining about 60 credits. So that takes about 2 years. So we're taking 6 years that it typically takes most people, and we're condensing it down to 5 years. Some people may opt to complete it in 4 years, and we have specialized programs for those individuals, but we really recommend, and the program is designed to be a 5-year program. So if you're in an accelerated program, we need students who are focused. We need students who are going to be productive. No, everybody that comes to Craven Early College or Early College East don't have to be, all A students, but they do need to be productive. They need to make certain that they're willing to work hard because you're trying to get all of those high school credits met in grades 9 through 11. And then we have our senior and super senior year. Ms. Thompson's going to talk a little bit more about that in a moment. That's when they're focusing on those college classes. And so in order for us to be able to meet the goal of completing your associate's degree and your high school requirements at the same time, then you're taking community college classes along the way. We need students who are able to thrive on a college campus, that you would be able to take those college classes and do well in those college classes. So it is an accelerated program, and we do need those students who are able to meet those requirements of that accelerated program. There are so many different opportunities that you can pursue. If you are a student at one of the early colleges, you do have an opportunity to earn up to 2 years of transferable college credit, or about 60 credit hours. Um, so a lot of students, are working towards a university transfer program, so they are able to get those credits that will transfer to a university. They're able to get a lot of general education requirements, but then we're having more and more students who are choosing to pursue career programs. And Ms. Thompson's going to talk about some of those career programs, and that's very exciting. So we have students who are getting certificates in the welding program, or getting specialized credentials. And so we do have something for everybody here at the early college, in our early college programs, but we need students who are going to come and they're going to put forth their best effort, and you're going to work diligently through the program so that you can obtain that. There are times where we have students who don't get those certificates and get those credentials by the time they graduate. It's because maybe they weren't successful in some of those classes along the way. And so we really want to make certain that students are putting their best foot forward each and every day in each semester, so that they are increasing their chances of being able to earn the associate's degree and being able to get those certificates and diplomas that they would like to earn.
Thank you.
And so several students are participating in the university transfer pathway. That means they want to get an associate's degree, that they will take those credits and transfer it to a four-year university. And there are so many different pathways that students are able to pursue. So whether you're going to get the Associates of Arts, Associate of Science, Engineering, there are various options that people can pursue. And the beauty of our programs, we really want to specialize it based on what it is that you want to pursue. So we don't tell students that you have to get an Associate's in Art. What are you interested in? What do you want to pursue? What are your goals? And then, because we are a small campus and we have a specialized program, we can really tailor and make certain that you're getting great advisement from the counseling department, from our college readiness coordinators, so they can really go over your programs and making certain that you're taking the right classes, starting even as underclassmen, so that you are, again, increasing your chances of being able to earn those degrees that you would like to pursue.
So as Dr. Artis was saying earlier, we do have that last slide showed you some of the university transfer options, but we are seeing a lot of students who are choosing career paths. The automotive, from cosmetology, welding is a really big program, and I know that FRC is working with us with some of the internships that they have available through Cherry Point. So there are lots of options for students who are also just looking to complete a degree and be able to find a well-paying position right out of high school, or kind of this combination high school and college at the same time. As Dr. Artis was talking about, students of all different academic levels do come. The most important thing is that you are willing to do the work and complete the work in order to move forward in the program. We have lots of support available. Counselors meet with students every year to ensure that they are on track and taking each semester. They're making appointments and meeting with both parents and students to ensure that students stay on track to get the certificates or the degrees that they're looking for. And some students actually manage to achieve more than one area of like 2 associates, 2 degrees. It just really depends on how much you want to put into it. So one of the big things that is a great advantage to the early college program is the financial savings. There is no cost for tuition, the fees, the textbooks, all of that is completely covered while you are in the community college classes. We had one textbook just the other day, a Spanish textbook, the code for that textbook, basically online. We pointed this out earlier, over $400 just for that one textbook for that one class. So the savings go far beyond just what you save in tuition. And the way the North Carolina state college system works, these classes transfer credit for credit. So, and then we help advise you based on what your path is. But definitely a big savings, and especially with so much talk about student loans and the cost of that, that's a big consideration.
And that's really, really important.
So we are a school. We don't offer everything that our traditional high schools offer, but we offer a lot. This is an example of some of the extracurricular activities that we have on our campuses. We both do Battle of the Books. Our junior Civitans is available, and at least in the New Bern campus, we have Literary Club. Students can become part of National Honor Society, Science Olympiads. Each school selects student ambassadors who carry out much of the work of what might be done by a student council in some other schools. We do have student government, and we have sports clubs, and we'll talk a little bit about how sports work with the early college program. But we have prom, and you can do all of the clubs and organizations that are a part of the community college system as well. And they encourage our students to be a part of their student life at the community college. So one thing we do not do is a traditional sports program, and early college students are not eligible to participate in the athletic programs or other band or ROTC programs at the traditional high schools. So that is one thing that, if you want to play football, it won't work out for you to do early college. However, a lot of our students choose to participate in travel sports, recreational sports teams. It does not mean that they don't do sports at all. We also offer lots of opportunities. We each have different types of sports clubs, different opportunities that students can participate in athletic events. They're just not a traditional sports program.
Mm-hmm. And that's because of our schedule. Our schedule, and we're going to talk about this in a moment, is a little different from the traditional schools. And so that's why we're not able to allow them to participate. But like Ms. Thompson said, they have many other options where they can still remain physically active. So we do want to talk a little bit about some of the logistics, our calendar, our daily schedule, and transportation as it relates to attending the early colleges. So our schedule is a little bit different from the traditional schools. Our students traditionally start back the first week of August. And so it's really important that if you are accepted to the early college, that you're mindful of those calendar dates, really, especially that first summer. When you're thinking about vacations and things, we want to make sure we're planning around the early college calendar so that we can make certain that we're maximizing instructional time and we don't want students to fall behind. We do have, with us starting the first week of August, students will have a fall break in October. So they have a week-long fall break on the early college side, but students may still have courses that they need to attend at Craven Community College. So keeping that in mind. We do have a spring break, which typically falls around the same time as the traditional schools. So we do have families who are navigating the traditional calendar and the early college calendar, and families are able to make that work. And then our last day of school, since we start earlier, is the end of May. So right before Memorial Day, our students are getting out. And so they have an opportunity. So the first summer may be abbreviated just a bit if you're coming from one of the middle schools of the traditional side, but then eventually you will get into our routine and your schedule, you'll have the same amount of time. It just won't be at the same time. And then our students still have access to the winter break, which there's some overlap with the traditional schools again for travel purposes and those things. And our calendar for next school year has not been finalized just yet, but it will be available on our district's website. And we will communicate that as soon as it's finalized to our new prospective students so that everybody will be able, again, to be able to plan because we want to make sure that our students are able to be in place that first week of school because so many important things happen during those crucial first weeks and we want our students to be in place. So our daily schedule is a little different from the traditional schools. And so our students, we have a late start date, which aligns a lot with the research. Our schools are performing very well. So Early College East and Craven Early College are both A schools. And it's related to the support that our teachers provide for our students that's connected to the hard work that our students put in. But it's also connected, I do believe, to our calendar and our schedule. I mean, that having that later start date. I mean, we're talking about high school students, and this aligns to the research with us starting around 9 a.m. So our day is around 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Monday through Thursday. And every Friday, our students do have an early release schedule, so they are dismissed from school at 12 p.m. And so that gives our staff members an opportunity to focus on professional development. When we're talking about being an A school, it takes a lot of work on behalf of our educators. And so we use that time for a lot of our meetings and such. But then that gives our students opportunities to engage in service learning projects, to be able to work and be able to balance, being a student, but also maybe having a part-time job and other things of interest. And it's also a chance for them to kind of reset for the week as well. And so that is our daily schedule.
Thank you, Dr. Artis. And when you see that ish there, that simply means that there's a little bit of flexibility based on when classes start. It won't be an indefinite time. We definitely have, each school has a definite start and stop time, which will be shared with you when we actually do orientations. But we leave a little flexibility there based on shuttle and what we're working out with the community college and aligning our times with their classes. So talking a little bit about academic rigor, we do work with higher level classes. The majority of our classes are honors level classes. If there's an honors level course available, that is what we choose to give you. And this is an advantage for our students because as they do need to maintain a certain GPA in order to take some of the college classes that they have. So by ensuring that our classes are honors level classes, they do get that honors boost in their GPA. On the weighted side. Now, the unweighted side is also important, and we encourage them to keep that up. But these classes do proceed at a faster pace, and they cover more material than some of the other classes do. Again, that's to ensure that they're ready for the courses they will take as college level courses in the same areas. So you do have to, it does require some independence. We offer supports. We have staff members here, and there is an academic support center at the college that offers support and help for our students. I've never had a student who didn't apply themselves who was not successful in the classes. And if they seek out the help, if they are running into some trouble. But we are able, because of our academic rigor and the honors classes, we focus a lot on doing group activities, offering labs. We have lots of hands-on opportunities. Our schedule allows us 70-minute classes, which gives us adequate time to really delve into that curriculum. Students will learn to be confident and to be able to present. We want to have our students prepared as they move forward, not just at the community college, but at whatever level of work or college, university. So we know our students need to be prepared in those 21st century skills. We are looking to be model students for the portrait of a graduate, where students walk out, they're able to confidently present. So they will need to learn, and we will help them get to good communication skills and presentation skills. And we do have high expectations of our students, but we find most of our students tend to have very high expectations of themselves as well when they get excited about their programs.
And many of our EOC classes are year-long as well. We'll talk more about that in orientation too, so that we can really dive deep. Academics are our sports at both early colleges. We're very serious about academics, and we want students who want that challenge and who really want to be able to not just learn at a surface level, but be able to go deeper and have that true understanding of the content. That's so exciting when we get to see what our teachers are able to bring to life in all of our classrooms.
So when you reach your senior and your super senior year, which is what we call that fifth year, that last year you can be a senior, then you'll pretty much be a college student at that point. We do continue to offer senior advisory when our counselors and our career readiness coordinators meet with our students and ensure that they have the support that they need, that we get to see them on a regular basis. I join with ours, and I'm sure Dr. Artis goes and sees some of his, sometimes not necessarily every week, but it is important that we keep that connection. But at that point, students are generally college students. So they get their schedule will be whatever their college classes or however they are scheduled. We help you get that schedule in place. But it does offer a degree of independence. So we work very strongly with our 9th, 10th, and 11th grade students to ensure that they are prepared for that independence, which happens just a little earlier for our students than students who travel off to a university. So it's kind of a soft start into being able to be an independent student. But I do have many students, they drive to school, they go to their classes, and except for the times that we meet with them with senior advisory, they have all the advantages of just being a college student with Craven Community College.
So someone asked in the chat about transportation. We are very fortunate that we do have the support of Craven County Schools and the transportation department. And so we do have transportation available. There is some opportunities though for families to be able to bring their students to school. So we certainly have car riders who are a part of our school family. Whenever the traditional schools are not in session, we only have shuttles available during that time. When the traditional schools are in session, then students are picked up from their home, and then they are transported to the traditional high school, and then they take the shuttle and come over to our campus. And so this is something that we do have to note because sometimes families have to rely on their village and be able to come up with some accommodations that are able to ensure that the child is able to get to school whenever we don't have those traditional buses available because the traditional schools are not in session. And so we will work with all of our students who are admitted to our school to submit their information to transportation, and then we will specify what the pickup times and drop-off times. And I will say this to be completely transparent. Our students at the early college, at both early colleges, they do sacrifice a lot. So they do have some long days. They get on the bus early in the morning, and then they get home later because, we're getting out at 4:15. And then if the bus is taking them home, they may get home, 5:30, 5:45. So it can be a long day. And so that tells me a lot about the character of an early college student to be able to put in that level of dedication because you want your education, you want this opportunity of having access to 2 free years of college. It may mean a little bit longer days because you are, again, being picked up at your house, being transported to the traditional school, and then riding the shuttle and coming over to the early college. But we'll talk more about that at orientation, about how long your specific route will be. But we do appreciate our students who are able to put in that level of dedication, and it pays off at the end when they're walking out of our doors and across the stage with a high school diploma and an associate's degree. We also have student meals available for our students as well. And so individuals who have free or reduced lunch with Craven County Schools will be able to honor those same those they have that same payment schedule in if they attend the early college. And so over at Craven Early College, our students order their food and then the food is brought over to our campus. And at Early College East, they're able to walk over to Havelock Middle School and to get their lunch. But lunch is available. We also have breakfast available for our students. And then we have a lot of kids who choose to bring their own food. And so they're able to use our microwaves and they're able to, bring whatever they would like based on their dietary needs.
And just to add one thing to the transportation part, one of the things so I know our students here enjoy at the current time, our students park on the community college campus, even those that it's obvious they do at Craven Early College, but once they start to drive, they can park on the Havelock Craven Community College campus. And at this time, they are not charging any fees for that parking. So that is a free resource. I know for a little while in ninth grade, you're looking at parent transportation or you're looking at the possibly bus transportation. But if your student is deciding to drive, eventually the Craven Community College has been gracious in not charging us for that. So I'll talk a little bit about, and that's maybe one of the advantages of attending an early college in Craven County, is that. And so moving into some of the advantages that we are able to offer, moving to that next slide. So we do have a smaller class size than you would typically see at the traditional high schools. Just our membership is smaller and it allows us to personalize that. And I think it's important since our classes are honors level that we are able to give you that smaller class size where you can build a relationship with our teachers. Students, each class comes in as a 50 class group. And so our students get to know each other a lot. We are able to help students build their confidence. We offer supports through tutoring, intervention. I mentioned the Academic Support Center earlier. And then we each have Campfire and Solutions are the supports that we have built in for ensuring that students know about the activities. And we cover some, social emotional learning things in that. We also cover things with just anything that students need to know about from safety to we use it for a lot of different things, but mostly to offer our students support. And then we do have senior advisory for our seniors. And then we also assist students who, as they want to apply to a four-year college and university, you can apply, and you may not, as ninth graders, understand the significance of that, but students who are part of an early college program in North Carolina have a unique opportunity to be able to apply as either a first-year college student when you go to a university or as a transfer student. So even though they go with up to 60 hours of transferable credit, they are still eligible for all of the scholarships, housing, honors opportunities that a beginning freshman with no college credits are. That's a huge advantage in applying as a freshman. But there are other students who prefer to go in as transfer students. Perhaps you're not wanting to have that freshman requirement of living on campus. Some students want that, some don't. So you will have the option of applying as a transfer student. The counselors at each of our schools will help you with that decision. And a lot of it depends on what school you're applying to and what kind of scholarship opportunities you're looking for at those schools.
And so I know um, people may have some specific things that they want to learn about both campuses because we do have two great options, but they are distinct in some ways. And so we do want to give you an opportunity to learn about what each school is doing and what some of their priorities are. And so if you're interested in learning more about Craven Early College High School, the New Bern campus, we do have some in-person events that we invite you to. We're going to have an information session over at Grover C. Fields Middle School on Tuesday, January the 30th at 6:15. We also will be down at Havelock Middle School on February the 1st. And all these times will be from 6 to 7, 6 to 7 on at Havelock and West Craven and 6:15 at Grover. And then on February the 6th, we're going to be at West Craven Middle School from 6 to 7. And then we invite you to come to our school on February the 19th, which is for the Craven County schools. It is a work day. And so we invite you to come to our school from 11 to 12, visit our classrooms, meet our teachers, hear from some of our students. We have some activities that you're going to have a chance to do, kind of give you an opportunity to see what it would be like if you attend Craven Early College High School. And so we're really excited to have these in-person events. We'll talk about various courses that we have. We've added 2 AP classes at our school this year. We'll talk more about that. We have a immersive Spanish program so that students are able to get a foreign language on our campus. And so we'll talk about all those details and things that you can experience at Craven Early College when you visit with us on those dates. And if you scan this QR code, that'll give you an opportunity to share with us if you're going to attend our open house on the 19th.
So Early College East also has some in-person events that are coming up. Monday, January 29th, we will be at West Craven Middle, and on Tuesday, the 30th, we will be at Grover C. Fields. And the time on here, we do need to adjust. We will have our presentation beginning at 5:30 that evening. So that time we will get updated on the slideshow. Wednesday, January 31st, we will have an open house. Well, actually, our meeting where we talk to you about our school here in the Havelock area will actually be held at the community college campus here. So you'll get a chance to see that. And then we do have an open house when our teachers will be here on February 12th. And that's from 6 to 7. And you'll get a chance, again, just like with Dr. Artis said, to meet the teachers and to see what our campus looks like. And that will open, we'll have both the college and the high school campuses open, and so that you can see logistically how that looks. And again, the QR code will take you to the open house if you want to pre-register for that and let us know if you're on the way. I would really encourage you to visit both campuses and see which one, because we have students who attend here who come from the western side of the county, and vice versa. The two schools are really very unique and very distinct. We offer a lot of the same things, but we do have some unique things that make one place maybe perhaps the best choice for you.
Well said, Ms. Thompson. And so I know a lot of people want to know what they need to do to apply. And so both applications will open on February the 1st. And it will run through February 29th. So you have the entire month of February to submit the application. It's going to be straightforward. And it's a Google form. You're going to complete it and make sure you complete it in its entirety. Make certain that you follow the application explicitly as it's outlined so that we can make sure that we have all of your information, because we want to make sure you have full consideration. And it will be available on our website. So if you go to our website starting February, you'll be able to access the application for both schools. And if you're interested in attending both schools, you should apply for both schools. And just like you would at a traditional college experience, then you'll decide where you would like to go. And so here in our district, you have two great options. And as Ms. Thompson said, learn about both of them. And so you have opportunities to do that. Look on our websites, continue to research and be able to make sure you're making the right decision. But the application will be open the entire month of February.
So there have been questions about, I've seen them kind of popping up a little bit in the chat about how you apply, how the selection happens, and when you'll know if you were selected. So the names of students who put in the applications, we send the list of names to a serve center at UNC Greensboro so that it is it's a lottery system. So if they will go through and randomly select 50 students, each of the two schools, the 50 students will be selected. Those students are notified of their selection and non-selection by the latest May 1st. Typically, it happens a little sooner than that. And then you will have information in that to let us know whether or not you want to accept the position or decline it. And we do sometimes have students who put in an application. Obviously, if you apply to both schools, you're only going to accept for one. So then, students who are not selected in the first 50, they go on a wait list. And if people decline a spot, then we pull the next person on the wait list. All right. And so that process, as soon as the spot becomes available, this could happen anytime from early May, as soon as we start having students tell us whether or not they're coming, until the beginning of August. And it's really the only deadline we have is we want our students in before the first day of class, so you aren't missing instruction. And certainly, before college classes start, where that attendance there is, we do keep it, both schools keep attendance. We have attendance requirements on the high school side, but the college does as well. So after school starts, then we don't keep adding students into the process. And then the next slide, I think, shows just asking now if we have any questions. And I know some things are in the chat. I don't know if Dr. Artis, you want to kind of
I will
pull
go
that.
over a couple of things that are in the chat. And so again, our deadline is February the 29th. And so you have the entire month of February to apply for both schools if you're interested, or if you're just interested in one school. Just make sure that you submit the right application for the school. There's going to be two different applications. And so if you're interested in Early College East, please visit their website and complete their application. If you're interested only in Craven Early College, come to our website, complete the application, and as Ms. Thompson said, the lottery will determine who is selected, and then we'll reach out to those individuals. There was a question about if somebody is admitted to the early college, but they decide that they are not happy. We do request that our students stay with us at least 1 year. So that they can get the full experience of the early college. So we want individuals who are really serious about attending the early college, because the sad part is if individuals leave our campus, we're unable to fill those spots. So we have 50 spots per year, and we would like 50 students to remain with us. And so if somebody transfers to the school, that reduces our numbers of students that we're serving. And we do want to make sure, with us having these great opportunities for kids, that we are at full capacity. So we ask that students stay with us at least 1 year. And then if you feel like it's still not the right fit, then we can talk about transferring to a traditional school. But then we also can look at your credits and making certain that you're not going to lose credits. Because with us having year-long classes, we have some students who may end up losing credits if they try to transfer in the middle of the school year. So we really try to discourage that from happening. And then again, we don't have any sports that students can participate in terms of a school team, but we do have individuals that participate in a travel team, individuals that do rec ball, AAU, those types of things. And then we try to make certain our students have opportunities to be active on our campuses.
And I do see a question concerning IEPs. We do have students. We serve students with IEPs. We serve students with 504s. The early college experience is open to any 8th grade student who applies. The only programs we do not have are OCS programs, and we do not have the adaptive programs, of course. Those are specially located in certain Craven County schools. But as long as the student is willing to do the work and can do the college courses, once students go to the college, they don't fall under the regular IEP program. They go in, they can take their IEP and go to the ADA office. And that actually is the parent or the student who has to take that over there. And then they work out the accommodations based on ADA, just as they do with adult learners. No.
There's a question about how many students apply. It varies from year to year, but there are times where we have upwards of 200 applicants applying for 50 slots. And so it is, you're not going to, it is a lot of interest in our programs, I will say that. So we do have a lot of people. The reputation of both schools are stellar. Like I said, both schools are ACE schools and offer a lot of great opportunity for kids. So we have individuals who are very excited. We have individuals from our traditional middle schools, from the public school side who are joining us. But we have homeschool students who apply. We have private school students who apply, charter school students. So there is a lot of interest. We do get out at 4:15 at Craven Early College High School, and so there's a question about after school. So we do not have an after school program. Our dismissal time is at 4:15. There are times where our teachers may have after school tutoring until 5 p.m. And that's specific to each teacher in each subject area.
And I will say because of the way the shuttles work out, we dismiss at 3:45 I'm sorry, 3:50 at Early College East. And we don't have a lot of students who don't need to catch that transportation. So we do a lot of our remediation. Either students can come sometimes in the morning and at 8 before school starts, our teachers come in, or we on each Friday, we offer an opportunity for students to, during that morning period, to get extra additional help. So we do have students here that the public library is a part of our community college here, and some students do choose to wait for parent ride there for a brief period of time after school. That the library is very open to our students coming over there and working after school.
And Miss Lucas, correct me if I'm wrong. There are some questions here. And again, once you go to orientation and the counselor has an opportunity to sit down and look at your plan, they can be very specific. But we have some individuals who are going to get general education courses with us, and they may transfer to a culinary program or a vet tech program at another school. So we don't have every single associate's degree that's available in the North Carolina Community College system. But again, these courses are transferable, and then you might be able to transfer those to Pitt Community College, Carteret, Lenore, or what have you, Wake Tech. And so again, those will be specific things that will be outlined once you have a chance to talk with your counselor.
And all of that. And of course, the high school part, just like any high school, is free.
Mhm.
Kind of scrolling through the questions here.
And great questions, everybody.
And someone's asking about the differences between the two campuses. There are some similarities and differences. What I would encourage you to do to explore that a little further is to attend the in-person events, in which each of us will discuss more of the specifics of our particular campuses.
Mm-hmm. I echo that as well.
All right, this is an excellent question that someone has asked about military families. So we are a Purple Star school, and we do work with military families. We do take, the only transfer exception is those normally coming in from other early colleges. But depending on where you are in the program, because of military requirements and our Purple Star status, there are things that we do to accommodate military families, and we can discuss that more specifically with you, or sit down and talk to our counselors if you have those specific questions, if you're in that situation. And the other thing I'd like to point out, I know here on my Havelock campus, I have a lot of military families that I work with, and I also have a lot of students who are interested in becoming part of the military. That question has come up. That is an option for early college students, and you enter with a little better rank if you go in with some college education or have achieved an associate's degree. There are options there, and we have the availability to connect you with people who can talk to you more about military options if that is something that you're looking into. And that was something we had not talked about.
Mm-hmm. We do not have a band program, but because we are partnering with the community college, we do have students who participate in the community chorus and other music programs at Craven Community College. So if you're interested in band, we do not have those options at the early colleges.
I do know that there are some community band options that for students who are just kind of exploring it as a hobby or an interest in that way, that I have seen some students who took up community band, and certainly a lot with community choruses or the chorus connected at the community college. Dr. Artis, I'm kind of scrolling through here. I don't know if you see any other questions that um,
I don't see
we've
any questions
overlooked
that I
or
don't see any questions we haven't answered, but I will tell you all had some great questions. And as Ms. Thompson said, to learn more about each campus, please attend at least one of our in-person events so that you can just have a chance. I think the open house would be a really great opportunity. It'd be great for you to come to the information sessions, but the open house, you really have a chance to be at the campus and you have a chance to talk with the people who are intimately involved with the campus, maybe to see it up close. And so we certainly appreciate having such a active participation tonight. So the going back to the open houses. So if you would like to attend the open house for Early College East, it is on Monday, February the 12th from 6 p.m. until 7 p.m. And that's the QR code. And both QR codes are actually the same. And so you can actually scan one of them to be able to designate that you're going to attend either open house
both.
or both.
You could be
Absolutely.
at either one.
Either one. And then Craven Early College High School will have our open house on February the 19th, and it is during the day from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. So please come out and join us. We do have some students who may opt to take summer courses, but again, this is a 5-year program, and I'll speak for Craven Early College. It is a 5-year program, and so we want our students to be well-rounded. And so we encourage our students in the summer to participate in supplemental learning experiences, maybe going to a university and going to some type of camp or going to governor's school or summer ventures, doing things, doing internships so that you are really well-rounded, um, as opposed to just taking more classes at the community college so that you can graduate early. Our program is designed to be a 5th-year program, but we have specific conversations with students who may be eligible to graduate in 4 years.
And Dr. Artis, I want to say I am seeing some questions kind of pop up that are sort of curriculum specific, like how you select your college classes and things like that. And that is so individualized at the early college. Your program, yes, that is one of the things that is great about the community college side is that you get to select your program, and much like traditional college students, there are courses that you can take because you enjoy them. But those are conversations that we would be excited to have with you. You can specifically talk to our counselors who will be at our open house program. And because every student's path that I have here, and I believe Dr. Artis can say the same there, it is very individualized. It is
Mhm.
based on what your goals are, both while you are in high school and as you exit from beyond. And we want to make sure that we support you fully. So it's a little hard to answer in just generalities, some of the things, but I'm very excited to see so many people asking specific questions because that means you are serious about what you can achieve through this program.
Mhm. Absolutely. All right. If we do not have any other questions, we invite you to take a screenshot of this particular screen with the dates for Craven Early College. In just a moment, I will transition to the Early College East page so that you can take a screenshot of that as well. We will be posting this presentation on our website so that you can revisit this information. And we would love for you all to join us for an in-person session. We're so happy that we had so much engagement tonight. Ms. Thompson and Ms. Thompson and I are both so excited about this recruitment season. We know that we're going to have wonderful students to join both schools in the 2024-2025 school year, so we can continue the legacy of greatness at both campuses.
Thank you. And I'm so excited to see so many of you have turned out this evening as well. And encourage, I know any one particular date we would pick would not be the best date for anybody. So, I mean, there's all kinds. So that's why we're posting this online, offering so many different opportunities for you to learn about each of our campuses. And I do hope that I will see each one of you at one of them. Very excited to talk to you and meet you in person.
Have a great night, everybody.
Thank you.